All right, now let's get started. We have this reading passage. Whenever you start your reading test, it's a very good idea to read the title of the passage. So the title here is Importance of Children's Play. You know, children play all the time. So what is the importance of children's play? That's what we are going to learn in this passage. The passage is not labeled. When the passage is not labeled, label means A, B, C, D. So we don't have any A, B, C, D. It means all the questions that we are going to come across, they will be type A. Type A means questions and answers are going to be in order. Okay. After that, we come to questions, and there are two type of questions. In IELTS reading part 1, mostly they give you sentence completion and true false not given, and this is true for academic as well as for general training IELTS. So we have questions 1 to 8, and then we have questions 9 to 13, and both question types are type A. Type A means questions and answers are in order. So we can start from anywhere, but it's a good idea to always start from sentence completion. As you can see, complete the notes below. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. So it's notes completion, and this question type is the easiest one. Questions and answers are in order, so we can just start from here. The title is Children's Play. Then we have uses of children's play. Question number 1 is about building a magical kingdom may help develop. Underline the word may help develop. Develop. The synonym of develop will give us the answer. And there is a clue word. What's the clue word? Magical kingdom. And it is in inverted commas. So we go back and we look for magical kingdom. Well done. You can see magical kingdom in first paragraph. So what we are going to do, we are going to actually read from there. So please follow me, first paragraph, third line, and we just read on from there. Okay. She's creating an enchanting world, although she isn't aware of it. This fantasy is, magical kingdom is in the first line, by the way. Right? We need to see help develop something. So the synonym of develop will give us the answer. So second last line of first paragraph, although she isn't aware of it, this fantasy is helping her take her first steps towards her capacity for creativity. Capacity for creativity. What is the answer? For may help develop. For may help develop, they use the word capacity for. So capacity for creativity, may help develop creativity. Correct answer for question number 1 is creativity. Question number 2, board games. Like, Ludo is a board game, Carom is a board game. So board games involve dash and turn taking. Now there are two things. Board games involve two things. One is turn taking. And the second thing which they are going to mention with turn taking will be our answer. And what is the clue word? Clue word is board games. Please come to second paragraph. There you will find the word board games. Third line after full stop. Second paragraph, third line after full stop. Later on, when they tire of this and settle down with a board game, she's learning about the need to follow rules and take turns. Now, take turns is turn taking. What is the second thing with that? Rules. So, correct answer is rules. And it's one word only, so you will not write any extra word with that. Next, recent changes affecting children's play. Populations of dash have grown. Now we need to look forward. Population of what? Have grown. Populations of dash have grown. Please come to fifth paragraph. But we live in changing times. Found it? Okay, so I'm reading from here. But we live in changing times. And White Bread is mindful of a worldwide decline in play, pointing out that over half of the people in the world now live in cities. What does it mean? The population of cities have grown, not population of people. People means population. Over half the people in the world now live in the cities. When over half people world live in the cities, it means the population of cities have grown. So correct answer for question number 3 is cities. You cannot say populations of people have grown. Population means people. Next, opportunities for free play are limited due to, and then there are 3 reasons, and all 3 answers will come in 1 or 2 sentences altogether. So fear of dash. Let's see what is the first fear. Same paragraph. I'm reading third line. Third last paragraph, third line. I experienced almost every day of my childhood are becoming increasingly scarce. He says, outdoor play is curtailed by perceptions of risk. Risk means fear. To do with traffic. So the first fear is fear of traffic. Please write it down. Question number 4, correct answer is traffic. Second fear, we read on. As well as parents' increased wish to protect their children from being the victims of crime. So what is the second fear? Crime. And question number 6 is increased dash in schools. Something is increased in schools. We read on. And by the emphasis on earlier is better, which is leading to greater competition. Greater means increased. Now greater and increased, they are synonyms. So correct answer is competition. Have you noticed in one sentence we answered 3 questions. Next, international policies on children's play. So we are going to learn about international policies. It is difficult to find dash to support new policies. Now what is difficult to find? Please come back, second last paragraph. Can you see international bodies? So answer is here. International bodies like the United Nations and European Union have begun to develop policies concerned with children's right to play. So what are they doing? Now we are going to just see it is difficult to find something to support new policies. We read on. Concerned with children's right to play and to consider implications for leisure facilities and educational programs. But what they often lack means difficult to find, is the evidence. Exactly. So it is difficult to find, and what they often lack, they are synonyms. Correct answer is evidence. Question number 8. Research needs to study the impact of play on the rest of the child's dash. Rest of means remaining. So please come to next page. First paragraph. Dr. Jenny. Dr. Jenny Gibson agrees, pointing out that although some of the steps in the puzzle of how and why play is important have been looked at, there is very little data on the impact it has on the child's later life. Later life means remaining, rest of child's life. So rest of and later and child is there. Correct answer is life. So we answered first 8 questions in almost 7-8 minutes. Now we will be more confident to solve this test. Now we go ahead with true, false, not given, and we have questions 9 to 13. Question number 9. Children with good self-control are known to be likely to do well at school later on. Now children who are good at self-control, they are likely to make progress, known to be likely to do well. To do well means they will make progress later on. Later on means in their future life. Now the children with good self-control, if they are going to perform well later on, answer is true. Otherwise, false. And if they don't tell us anything, whether they are going to perform well or badly, then it is not given. So please come back. Second page, fourth paragraph, and you will see the word self-control in second line. Found it? This is called scanning. Second page, fourth paragraph, and we have the word self-control in second line. Now, I'm going to read it from third line, inverted commas. This sort of evidence, found it? Okay. This sort of evidence makes us think that giving children the chance to play will make them more successful problem solvers in the long run. In the long run means, yeah, later on in the future life, more successful problem solver. When you are more successful problem solver, it means you are going to do well. And for later on, they use the word in the long run. So what is the answer? Answer is true. Well done. Very good. Question number 10. Way child plays may provide information about possible medical problems. Now, for example, a child is playing football and you look at the child, he is having difficulty running. So you may see the child may have polio or anything in the future. So, way a child plays may provide information about possible medical problems. Please come back. Now we are there, the middle paragraph. Gibson adds. Found it? Okay, so medical problems, they have mentioned the medical problem. I'm reading this paragraph from second line. Gibson adds, second line. In my previous research, found it? Okay. In my previous research, I investigated how observing children at play can give us important clues about their well-being and can even be useful in the diagnosis of neurodevelopmental disorder like autism. What is the question? The way child plays may provide information about possible medical problem. And what is that possible medical problem? Neurodevelopmental disorder like autism. Okay, so answer is true. Sanu nahi labba te not given. Answer is true. ट्रू को फॉल्स कर दो, मैं बर्दाश्त कर लूँगा. ट्रू को नॉट गिवन करोगे तो मुझसे बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा. ओके, ऑलराइट. नाउ लेट्स गो ऑन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. भाई की फरमाइश पे नॉट गिवन भी कर लेते हैं. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. यू नो भाई लोग आर वेरी डेंजरस, सो वी नीड टू डू दैट. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. प्लेइंग विद डॉल्स. व्हाट इज डॉल? गुड़िया. लोगों ने निकनेम भी रखा होता है. गुड़िया किथे है? गुड़िया नहीं आई, गुड़िया स्कूलों नहीं आई, लाइक दैट. ओके, सो playing with dolls was found to benefit girls writing more than boys. Now listen, the girls who play with dolls, it influences their writing. Girls writing more than boys writing. Now if playing with doll improves girls writing more than boys writing, answer is true. If it improves boys writing more than girls writing, answer is false. And if comparison is not given, then answer is not given. Well done. So let's look for doll. गुड़िया तलाश करें, ढूंढें गुड़िया कहाँ पे है. Okay, can you see गुड़िया doll? Okay, third last paragraph, and in fourth line we have गुड़िया doll. Children wrote longer and better structured stories when they first played with dolls representing characters in the story. Have they mentioned male, female, boys, girls? They said children. Now when they say children, it means both gender. Have they given any comparison? No. So what should be the answer? What is the answer? True. Okay? Yeah. He's still happy. Answer is not given, okay? Because comparison is not given. Question number 12. Children had problems thinking up ideas. Like, you know, sometimes you say, I don't have ideas. In IELTS speaking, I don't have ideas. Children had problems thinking up ideas when they first created the story with Lego. So when children created story with Lego, if they had problem with ideas, answer is true. If with Lego they had no problem with ideas, answer is false. And if they don't tell us, like playing with Lego, whether they had a problem with ideas or not, then the answer is not given. So this Lego is our clue word. Okay, same paragraph, third last line. Many teachers. Found it? Many teachers commented that they had always previously had children saying they didn't know what to write. Didn't know what to write means they did not have ideas about. With the Lego building, however, not a single child said this. What does it mean? With Lego, they had a lot of ideas. Without Lego, they had no ideas. So what should be the answer? False. Question is, children had problems thinking up ideas when they first created the story with Lego. With Lego, they did not have problem. But before Lego, they had problem thinking up ideas. That is why this answer is false. Question number 13. People nowadays regard children's play as less significant than they did in the past. Like in the past, people regarded children's play as something important. But now, people regard children's play less significant. Less significant means less important. It is not important. So please come back, last paragraph. Somehow, the importance of play has been lost in recent decades. When importance is lost, it means it is less significant. Next line, it is regarded as something trivial. Trivial means of little importance. When something is trivial, it is of little importance, or even as something negative that contrasts with work. Now, what is the question? People nowadays regard children's play as less significant than they did in the past, and that's what they said. Somehow the importance of play has been lost in recent decades. So correct answer is true. Well done. Okay, now we go on with another passage. This is passage 2, and the level of difficulty is going to increase. Like in listening, part 1, 2, 3, 4, level of difficulty increases. So over here, level of difficulty is going to be different. Growth of bike sharing schemes around world. I have developed a habit. Whenever I do reading, I do not read article. What is article? A, and, the, some. This is how I save my time, and this is how I focus the main words. So I'm reading it like growth of bike sharing schemes around world. I understand that. Bike sharing. Bike is bicycle. And bike sharing is you can rent a bike. If you go to any developed country, they have a rack. You insert the coin or pay by card, and you can get a bike. You travel, and then you return the bike. Okay. So growth of bike sharing scheme around the world. How Dutch engineer Ludovicus Schimmelpennink helped to devise urban bike sharing schemes. In this passage, they will tell us about Dutch engineer who developed bike sharing scheme around the world. Passage is labeled A, B, C, D. What does it mean? There may be type B questions. For type B questions, you have to scan the entire passage. So we come to questions. Questions 14 to 18. Which paragraph contains the following information? How many questions? 2, 4, and 5. These 5 questions need 5 rounds of the whole passage. I mean, you need to go through the passage 5 times. If you start from here, it will waste all your time and you will not be able to manage it. Yes, the best thing is if you read the questions first and do them last, it could be a good idea. Questions 19 to 22, we have double multiple choice questions. They are type A. Type A means questions and answers are in order. Okay. And finally, questions 23 to 26, we have complete the summary below. So where should we start from? 23 to 26 first. Then you can do 19 to 22 And finally, you can do questions 14 to 18. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, the way you attend the questions, it is very important. It will manage your time. It will actually help you do your test smoothly. If you start from 14 to 18, your mind will start boggling. Once you do not find the answer, you will start guessing. You will guess all the answers and your answers will be wrong. And this negativity will prevail on other questions as well. So this is important. Now, we have questions 23 to 26, one word only. First urban bike sharing scheme, Dutch group Provo. Now please go back and look for the word Provo. Provo. Okay, you can see the word Provo and first bike sharing scheme, that is in paragraph A. Okay, now this is the location. It means you will find the answers from here onwards. Here onwards, it is possible that you find all the answers in one paragraph, or it is possible that in one paragraph you find one answer. You need to follow the clue word. Now we read the question carefully. Please come to questions. First bike sharing scheme was the idea of the Dutch group Provo. The people who belonged to this group means Provo, were dash. Were means answer should be plural. So the people who belonged to Dutch group Provo, who were those people? Please come to paragraph A, second line, after 1965. When we were fighting a war and they were introducing a bike sharing scheme. So paragraph A, second line, Provo, the organization that came up with the idea, was a group of Dutch activists. Who were they? They were a group of Dutch activists. And I told you answer should be plural because before the blank they have mentioned were. So what is the answer? Activists. And why can't we write Dutch activists? It's one word only. They have already mentioned Dutch group Provo. The people who belonged to this group were activists. Question number 24. They were. What do they mean by they? Those activists and these Dutch group people and all that. They were concerned about the damage to the environment and about dash. Two things. One is damage to environment. Second thing we will find, same paragraph. I'm reading after activist. Paragraph A, third line after full stop. They believed. Found it? Okay. They believed the scheme which was known as the Witte-Fitsen plan was an answer to the perceived threats of air pollution. What is that? Environment. And consumerism. Absolutely. So correct answer is consumerism. For air pollution, they mentioned the word environment and answer is consumerism. And make sure you write the correct spelling. Spelling matters. Let's go on. I'm reading question number 25. As well as painting some bikes white. Now painting and white, this is our clue word. As well as painting some bikes white, they handed out. Handed out means to give away, to distribute. They handed out dash that condemned the use of cars. So we come back. Same paragraph, third last line after full stop. They also distributed. What did they distribute? Leaflets describing the dangers of cars. So what is the answer? Leaflets. Handed out. What is the word for handed out? Distributed. Okay, question number 26. However, the scheme was not a great success. Almost as quickly as Provo left the bikes around the city, the dash took them away. What do they mean by them? Bikes. So who took the bikes away? Please come back. Second paragraph. Second paragraph, and I'm going to read it from fourth line after full stop. Can you see the police? Fourth line, paragraph B after full stop. The police were opposed to Provo's initiatives, and almost as soon as the white bikes were distributed around the city, they removed them. What do they mean by they? Police. And them? Bikes. This is very important to know that, okay? They removed them means police removed bikes. So what is the answer? Police, exactly. Correct answer for question number 26 is police. See that in just 2-3 minutes we have answered 4 questions, and now you'll be more confident. And 4 right answers, that means 1.5 band more. Okay? So like for example, with 30 correct answers in reading, you are getting 7 band, academic reading. General training reading, you are getting 6 band. If you have 34 correct answers, you will come to next band level, right? Okay, now let's go on, and we are going to solve multiple choice questions. Questions 19 and 20. Which two of the following statements are made? Underline 2 statements made in the text about Amsterdam bike sharing scheme of 1999. What's the clue word? Amsterdam bike sharing scheme of 1999. And what are we looking for? 2 points. 2 points we are looking for. So please come back. Amsterdam bike sharing scheme, and we need to find 2 points about that. Okay, paragraph D for doctor. Okay, that's right. So please come, and we see 2 points about bike sharing scheme of Amsterdam. And we've got this, yeah. Second page, please come to that. Paragraph D, second page. I'm reading it from the second line. They say here, this time he succeeded. First line, found it? This time he succeeded in arousing the interest of the Dutch Ministry of Transport. Times had changed, he recalls. People had become more environmentally conscious. Now, this is one point he is making. What is the point? Times had changed. People had become more environmentally conscious. Let's come back. Does it match with any of these options? Times had changed. People became much more conscious about environment and all that. That is option D. It was made possible by a change in people's attitude. Times had changed. And what was change in people's attitude? People had become much more conscious about the environment. So first correct answer is option D. Now we see what is the second point they are making. Okay, I'm reading the same paragraph from 4th line onwards. So, a new Witfinsterplan was launched in 1999 in Amsterdam. However, riding a white bike was no longer free. It cost 1 guilder per trip, and payment was made with a chip card developed by the Dutch bank and all that. And then they had 250 bikes distributed over 5 stations. Please come to paragraph E. It goes on, same thing. Theo Molinar, found it? Who was a system designer for the project, worked alongside Schimmelpennink. I remember when we were testing the bike racks, he announced that he had already designed better ones, but of course we had to go through with the one we had. The system, however, was prone to vandalism and theft. After every weekend, there would always be a couple of bikes missing. Molinar says, I really have no idea what people did with them because they could instantly be recognized as white bikes. But the biggest blow came. Now, another point. One is like people stole their bikes. Okay, even in Amsterdam, people stole their bikes. But the biggest blow came when Post Bank decided to abolish the chip card. The bicycles were working on a chip card, like we have ATM card. We just pay through ATM card, chip card, because it was profitable. The chip card was pivotal to the system. Molinar says, to continue the project, we would have needed to set up another system, but the business partner had lost interest. Now look for something: business partner lost interest, that abolished the chip card, people stole the bikes, and all that. Okay, option B, it failed when a partner in the scheme withdrew support. And for that, they said, but the business partner had lost interest. Lost interest means withdrew support. So, second correct answer is option B. And you can write these two answers in any order. On question in the answer sheet on 19 and 20, you may write BD or DB. Both ways it's correct. All right, now please come to questions 21 and 22. Which two of the following statements are made in the text about Amsterdam today? Look for Amsterdam today. Amsterdam today. Paragraph G. So both answers will come here, right? 2 points. Again, two statements about Amsterdam today. Let's read it. Okay, in Amsterdam today, 38% of all trips are made by bikes, and along with Copenhagen, it is regarded as one of the two most cycle-friendly capitals. Copenhagen and Amsterdam, they are underlined, cycle-friendly capitals in the world. Do we have any option? Cycle-friendly capital in the world. Cycle-friendly capital. Capital means city. Cycle-friendly means a place that welcomes cyclists. That is option E. City has a reputation as a place that welcomes cyclists. For that, they say it is regarded. It is means like Amsterdam or Copenhagen, it is regarded as one of, Copenhagen is the city actually. So it is regarded as one of the two most cycle-friendly capitals in the world. So first correct answer is option E. Now we read on. Third line. But the city never got another Finsterplan. Molinar believes, paragraph G, third line after full stop. Molinar believes this may be because everybody in Amsterdam already has a bike. Schimmelpennink, however, cannot see that this changes Amsterdam's need for a bike sharing scheme. People who travel on the underground don't carry their bikes around. Now, for example, if you're traveling by underground, you don't carry your bicycle. Then you rent a bicycle and use it and return it. So do we have any option? People who travel on the underground, and this is in inverted commas. Option B or D? D for duck. A bike sharing scheme would benefit residents who use public transport. And what is the word for public transport? Underground. So people who travel on the underground don't carry their bikes around, but often they need additional transport to reach their final destination. So this is going to help them there. So 21 and 22 correct answers are option D and option E. Okay? Good. Now we are quite familiar with the passage. So we are ready for questions 14 to 18. Question number 14. Now you will see the magic. Some of the answers you would know already. Question number 14. A description of how people misused a bike sharing scheme. If you remember, people stole the bikes and all that. Which paragraph is it? Paragraph E. Well done. Paragraph E, fourth line. System, however, was prone to vandalism and theft. And people stole the bikes, and every weekend 2-3 bikes were missing. So correct answer for question number 14 is E. Got it? That is why I recommend this question type at the end. Question number 15. Explanation of why a proposed bike sharing scheme was turned down. Turned down means rejected. Bike sharing scheme was rejected. Go back and look for paragraph ABC. Why bike sharing scheme was rejected. Turned down, rejected. Look for the word rejected. Why a bike sharing scheme was turned down. Paragraph C, third last line. Nevertheless, the council unanimously rejected the plan. And what was the plan? Bike sharing scheme. Unanimously rejected the plan, means the bike sharing scheme was rejected. So question number 15, correct answer is C. Question number 16, reference to a person being unable to profit from their work. Look here, whenever they say reference to a person, you will look for the name of a person. And the second thing is unable to profit, like he did not earn, he did not make any money, he did not make any profit. Two hints, one is the name of person, and second, he did not make any money. So please come back and see where do they talk about it. I give you a hint, paragraph EFG. EFG. Name of person who did not make any profit. Okay, that is F. Schimmelpennink. And in the second last line, he says, found it? He says, but financially, I didn't really benefit from it. Financially, I didn't really benefit. What does it mean? He did not make any profit. And the name of person is given in the beginning, that is Schimmelpennink was disappointed. So question number 16, correct answer is F. Question number 17, explanation of potential savings a bike sharing scheme would bring. Saving a bike sharing scheme would bring. Go to paragraph B, C, D. B, C, D. Bike sharing scheme would give the benefit. So, explanation of potential savings, 10% fuel cost, 20% this, 30% that, right? Explanation of potential savings a bike sharing scheme can bring. Paragraph C, that's right. Please come to paragraph C and third line. Fourth line, I made serious calculations, found it? I made serious calculations. It turned out that a white bicycle per person per kilometer would cost the municipality only 10% of what it contributed to public transport per person per kilometer. Nevertheless, and then they rejected the idea. Okay? So, correct answer for question number 17 is option C. And have you noticed in one paragraph we found two answers? Like in 17 is C and 15 is also C. Question number 18. A reference to the problems a bike sharing scheme was intended to solve. Reference to problems bike sharing scheme was intended to solve. You read about that. That is, the problem was air pollution and consumerism. And bike sharing scheme was the answer to solve these problems. Exactly. That is paragraph A. You have read it already. Everyone, please come to paragraph A. Third line. They believed the scheme which was known as Witte-Finster-Plan was an answer. Answer means solution to the perceived threat. Perceived threat means problem. And what was the problem? Of air pollution and consumerism. So correct answer for question number 18 is option A. Okay. So like this we have answered all the questions. Alright, now we move ahead and we have this third passage and the title is Motivational Factors and Hospitality Industry. Hospitality industry is the industry of hotels, restaurants. That is called hospitality industry. Okay, all the hotels, restaurants. Now, what are the motivational factors? For example, if people are working in Pearl Continental Hotel, Avari Hotel, what are the motivational factors for them? Maybe salary, incentives, medical, money gifts, bonuses, right? Free international tours, Like if somebody is working in Pearl Continental Lahore, they give him international tour to Pearl Continental Hotel Thailand, something like that. So motivational factors means what motivates the hospitality industry. So we will see what are the motivational factors, how do we motivate them and all that. And the passage is not labeled. What does it mean? We will have all type A questions because it is not labeled. Questions 27 to 31. This is called matching, a very common question type in academic and gender training IELTS in reading part 3. So there is a list of researchers and then there are their statements. We need to match the statements with researchers. Then we have 32 to 35, yes, no, not given. And they are also type A. Okay, and finally we have 36 to 40, one word only. Where should we start from? One word only, then you can go to yes, no, not given, and finally you can come to matching. Okay, all right. So we start. Questions 36 to 40, fun at work, one word only. Tews, Michael, and Stafford. Now these are the names. Look for these names, American and these names. Tews, Michael, Stafford. Tews, Michael, Stafford. Second last paragraph. What does it mean? All 5 answers are in one paragraph. Life has become much more easier because you know the location. If you know the location, you don't have to read all the passage. Now you know this paragraph contains 5 answers and they are in order, so you can do it easily. Okay, now let's see. Tews, Michael, and Stafford carried out research on staff in an American chain of dash. Please come back. American chain of dash. I'm reading it from second line. Second last paragraph of the passage, second line. Michael and Stafford conducted a study focusing on staff from a chain of themed restaurants in the United States. What is the answer? Restaurants or themed restaurants? Because it is one word only. Well done. Correct answer is restaurants. Okay, now we read on. Question number 37. They discovered, they means Tews, Michael, and Stafford. They discovered that activities designed for staff to have fun improved their dash. Now, activities improved their. What do they mean by their? Staff. Absolutely staff. Now, please come back. I'm reading after United States. It was found, third line, second last paragraph of the passage, third line after full stop. It was found that fun activities had a favorable impact on performance and manager support for fun had a favorable impact in reducing turnover. So, fun activities had a favorable impact on performance. That's right. They mentioned over here very clearly, they discovered that activities designed for staff to have fun improve their performance. And then they talk about next thing. Please come to question number 38. And that management involvement led to lower staff dash. Well done. Lower staff. Lower staff means reducing. And turnover. Turnover means when people leave the job. Okay, for example, in one organization, 100 people work. Every month, 5 people, 6 people leave their job and they go to other organizations. So, reducing turnover means lower staff turnover. Question number 39. They also found that the activities needed to fit with both the company's dash and dash. For both, they may use 2 things together. Both the dash and dash. Can you see the word both? Third last line. Same paragraph. Okay. So I'm reading from there. All right. But the framing of that fun must be carefully aligned with both organizational goals, and employee characteristics. What are the answers? Goals and characteristics. Well done. One is goals and second is characteristics, and they have mentioned of the staff. Okay, they said organizational goal. For organizational, they use the word company. And for characteristics, what is the word? Employee. For employee, they use the word staff. See that? 5 answers in just 2-3 minutes and you can go on happily. And if you find the answers, you will be actually confident to do the other one. When you don't find the answer, you will be frustrated. So your emotional health is very important during your IELTS reading test. Okay, now we go on. Questions 32 to 35. Yes, no, not given. Question number 32. One reason for high staff turnover in the hospitality industry is poor morale. Now listen, they may give you 4 or 5 reasons probably. If out of those 4 or 5 reasons poor morale is mentioned, answer will be yes. Right? If out of those reasons poor morale is not mentioned, answer will be other reasons are mentioned, but poor morale is not mentioned, answer will be no. And if they don't give us the reasons, then it is not given. Now, when they say one reason, it means there will be 2-3 reasons. So 2-3 reasons will be given with comma, comma, and. So let's find it. Reasons. We need to find the reasons. One reason for high staff turnover. Okay, it is in 3rd paragraph. Can you see the word high employee turnover? 3rd last line. 3rd paragraph, 3rd last line. It's 4th paragraph actually, not 3rd. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th paragraph and 3rd last line. High employee turnover. Found it? Now we need to see poor morale. Okay, I'm reading it from Lucas 2002. Found it? Lucas 2002. In addition, or maybe as a result, high employee turnover has been a recurring problem throughout the hospitality industry. Among the many cited reasons are, now be attentive. Now reasons are low compensation. Have they mentioned that? No. Reason number 2, inadequate benefits. No. 3, poor working conditions. Poor working conditions, not poor morale, right? And compromised employee morale. Compromised morale means poor morale. So correct answer is yes. Got it? Now we found one answer. We know the next one will come after this. Question number 33. Research has shown whenever in yes, no, not given, true, false, not given, they say research has shown. It means research has proved. So in the passage we will see if the research has proved, then it's going to be true or yes. If the research is still going on, results have not been found yet, then answer can be no or false. And if they have not conducted the result, then it is going to be not given. So research has shown that staff have a tendency to dislike their workplace. Like you say, I don't like my office, it's not comfortable. So if research has shown that the staff have tendency to dislike their workplace. Please come back. Last paragraph on title page. Found it? Last paragraph, 3 lines only. Title page, first page. While it seems likely that employees' reactions to their job characteristics could be affected by predisposition to view their work environment negatively. Now this is work environment negatively means their job place. No evidence exists to support this hypothesis. In the question they say research has shown. In the passage they say no evidence exists. It means there is no evidence for that. So when there is no evidence, how can they say research has shown it? What should be the answer? No. Well done. Question number 34. Improvement in working conditions and job security make staff satisfied with their job. Two things: improvement in working conditions, like there is no AC, you install an AC there, and job security, no one is going to fire you from the job. That is what we call job security. Make staff satisfied. Now, if staff are satisfied because of working conditions and job security, answer is yes. Right? If otherwise, it's no or not given. Now, please come to second page. Second page and middle paragraph. Can you see Herzberg, 1966? Okay, and there we see job satisfaction or dissatisfaction and all that. I'm reading this one. Okay, please follow me. Proposes that people have two major types of needs. The first being extrinsic motivation factor relating to context in which, okay, come to third line. These include working conditions and job security. Now be alert. These are our clue words. Working conditions and job security. When these factors are unfavorable, means you are not happy with the working condition and there is no job security, job dissatisfaction may result. What will happen? You will be dissatisfied with your job. Now, what is the question? And let's read on. Let's read on. Significantly, though, just fulfilling these needs. What do they mean by these needs? Job security and absolutely. Just fulfilling these needs does not result in satisfaction. So even if you fulfill job satisfaction and the working condition, it does not result in satisfaction. Now come to question. Improvement in working conditions and job security makes staff satisfied. They said no. Still they are dissatisfied. So correct answer is no. Question number 35. Staff should be allowed to choose when they take breaks during the working days. Now, for example, you say, I don't want 1 to 2 lunch break. I want 12:30 to 1:30 lunch break, for example. So, staff should be allowed to choose when they take breaks during the working days. Look for breaks. Look for the word breaks. Breaks and working day. Breaks and working day. Scan. Breaks, working day. Scan it. Breaks, working day. Come on, come on. Your scanning should be very good. Breaks and working day. Last paragraph. Well done. Now, staff should be allowed to choose when they take breaks during the working day. Last paragraph, second line, after full stop. Those particularly appropriate to the hospitality industry include allowing adequate breaks during the working day. Now, have they mentioned staff should be allowed to choose when they take breaks during the working day? There is no information. They only said allowing adequate breaks during the working day. So what should be the answer? Not given. Exactly. Question 35, correct answer is not given. All right, now let's go on. We have questions 27 to 31. And this is called matching type of questions. Over here, you have to match the statements which are in the question with the names which are given below. How many questions? 5. How many people? What does it mean? One person is extra. Like one person does not have a statement. And it is also possible that one person may have 2 statements. Okay, so that makes it more confusing. Now, questions and the passage, they are not in order. Bad news. But the good news is list of researchers and the passage, they are in order. Now, please look for Fefer. Third paragraph, first word is Fefer. Underline Fefer and write there A. Fefer and A. Next is Lucas. Look for Lucas. Fourth paragraph. Underline Lucas and write B. Next is Marudas et al. Marudas et al. Where is Marudas et al? 1, 2, 3, fourth paragraph. Exactly the last thing there, Marudas et al. Found it? Same paragraph where you found Lucas, the last word is Marudas et al. Ng and Sensen. Fifth paragraph, and you can see Ng and Sensen in the beginning. Okay? After that, we've got ins and sigua. Sigua. Ins and sigua. Ins and sigua. Okay, second page, third paragraph, and we've got ins and sigua. And dearie, last paragraph. Got it? Now these are the locations where your answers are going to be. Now look here. The first thing that you guys need to do, you need to, wherever these words are, you're going to see or you're going to look for number one, inverted commas. Because we have to match the statements given by these people with the questions given here. So the first thing is you need to see inverted commas. If you do not find any inverted commas, then the second thing is you need to look for example, they say Lucas says, Lucas argues, right? Lucas tells, Lucas describes, and then there will be the statement with the comma, okay? So you need to match these statements with the questions. Now, please come back. Please come to Fefer. Okay, we've got this Fefer, and we are going to read from there. Fefer emphasizes, found it? Okay, that in order to succeed in a global business environment, organizations must make investment in human resource management to allow them to acquire employee who possesses better skills and capabilities than their competitors. This investment will be to their competitive advantage. Despite this recognition of the importance of employee development, hospitality industry has historically been dominated by underdeveloped HR practices. Now, underdeveloped HR practices is said by Lucas, and Fefer said that organizations must make investment. Now, please come back. Go through questions 27 to 31 and tell me if any question matches with that. 27 to 31. The statements are about HR. One says investment in HR, and second says HR practices are underdeveloped. HR practices are underdeveloped. All right, so we do not find any statement for Fefer, but if we talk about Lucas, we found his statement, that is question number 29. Little is done in the hospitality industry to help workers improve their skills. Now, helping workers improve their skills, whose job is that in any organization? That is the job of HR, okay? Please come back. We read this again. Third paragraph, third last line. Despite this recognition of the importance of employee development, the hospitality industry has historically been dominated by underdeveloped HR practices. Underdeveloped means they have not been developed, so that is 29. Little is done in the hospitality industry to help workers improve their skills. Their HR practices are underdeveloped. Question number 29, correct answer is B. And please cross number 29 from there so that you don't read it again and waste your time, okay? All right, and by the way, we did not find any statement of Fefer, so we just leave him. Now we've got option C, Marudas et al. Marudas et al. Where is he? Okay, fourth paragraph. Please come to fourth paragraph. And there we've got Marudas et al. We just read about him. We have Lucas as well. Yeah, Lucas is option B. We've answered one question of Lucas already. Okay, please now follow me. Paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got Lucas also points out that the substance of HRM practices does not appear to be designed to foster constructive relations with employees or to represent managerial approach. Okay, please come to Lucas 2002. Found it? In addition, okay, I'm reading from here. In addition, or maybe as a result, high employee turnover has been a recurring problem. Recurring means that happens time and again. Recurring problem throughout the hospitality industry. Among the many cited reasons are low compensation, inadequate benefits, poor working conditions, and compromised employee morale and attitudes. Marudas et al. Now go back and see if you find anything. Question number 31. Well done. Dissatisfaction with pay. What is that? Low compensation. Low compensation means dissatisfaction with pay is not the only reason, because there are other reasons also. They mentioned 3-4 reasons, and we, by the way, we already answered a question from there. Okay, so dissatisfaction with pay is not the only reason why hospitality workers change jobs. Question number 31, correct answer is C. Now we cross number 31 as well. After Marudas et al., what do we have next? Ng and Sensen. Where is Ng and Sensen? Title page? Title page, 4th paragraph? 5th paragraph. Ng and Sensen. Okay. Now please come to that. Ng and Sensen 2008 demonstrated that when managers provide recognition to employees, read this point carefully, answer is related to that. When managers provide recognition to employees, motivate employees to work together and remove obstacles preventing effective performance, employees feel more obligated to stay with the company. Now match something with that. Question number 27. 27 is hotel managers need to know what would encourage good staff to remain. No. That's not right. Question number 28. Actions of managers may make staff feel they shouldn't move to another or different employer. Well done. Question number 28. Correct answer is option D, and that is Ng and Sensen. Okay, so 28 answer is option D. Doesn't it ring a bell? Another answer. Read more questions. Read questions 27, 30, 30 also. Staff are less likely to change jobs if cooperation is encouraged. Now please come back. What is cooperation? Working together. Ng and Sensen demonstrated that when manager provides recognition to employees, motivate employees to work together. When you work together, it means you are cooperating with one another. So question number 30 and question number 28 answer is D. Okay, now how many questions are left? And that is 27. Hotel managers need to know what would encourage good staff to remain. And who is the next person? Ng and Sigua. Where is Ng and Sigua? Second page, 3rd paragraph. Okay, we come to that. Second page, 3rd paragraph. I'm reading it from 2nd line. 2nd page, 3rd paragraph, 2nd line. This requires, we need to read from the beginning, otherwise we don't understand what do they mean by this. It is therefore essential for hotel management to develop HRM practices that enable them to inspire and retain competent employees. This requires an understanding of what motivates employees at different levels of management and different stages of their careers. Ng and Sensen. This implies that it is beneficial for hotel managers to understand what practices are most favorable to increase employee satisfaction and retention. Retention means they stay with the same company. So, question number 27. Hotel managers need to know. For hotel managers need to know, they said, hotel managers to understand what would encourage. For what would encourage, they said, what practices are most favorable. Encourage good staff. For good staff, they use the word employee. And to remain means retention. Question number 27. So this NZ and Sigua, it is option E. So correct answer for that is option E, 27E. Have we answered all these questions? Okay.